You knew something felt strange the moment they started talking about the future, like it already belonged to both of you. Not eventually. Immediately. 2 weeks in, and they already had a nickname for you. A favorite photo of you. A playlist that somehow felt painfully personal. They answered every text within minutes. They stayed awake until 3 in the morning just to keep the conversation alive a little longer. And if you are honest, part of you loved it. Not because you were foolish, because it felt rare. Modern dating has trained people to expect hesitation, delayed replies, mixed signals, conversations that fade without explanation. So when someone arrives with certainty, it can feel almost sacred, like finally stepping out of cold weather into a warm room. That is why love bombing works. It does not enter your life looking dangerous. It enters looking sincere. At first, it feels like being carefully noticed. They remember tiny details you barely remember mentioning yourself. Your favorite movie as a kid. The thing your father said that still bothers you. The song you played during a difficult year of your life. You start thinking, maybe this person is just emotionally available. Maybe this is what effort looks like. And sometimes that thought becomes the beginning of the trap. Because healthy connection usually unfolds slowly. There is rhythm to it. Small discoveries, moments of uncertainty, space for two people to observe each other honestly. Love bombing skips all of that. The relationship begins at emotional chapter 10. Future plans arrive before trust does. Deep vulnerability appears before comfort has had time to form naturally. Compliments become constant. Attention becomes relentless. The intensity feels flattering at first, then strangely consuming. You stop asking whether the connection makes sense because you are too busy feeling chosen. That feeling can be intoxicating, especially for people who spent years feeling emotionally overlooked. And here is the part most people struggle to admit. Sometimes the beginning really does feel beautiful. That is what makes the confusion so painful later. You are not mourning something that felt obviously fake. You are mourning something that once felt emotionally real. A lot of people think love bombing is only about manipulation. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it comes from deeply insecure people who need instant closeness because they cannot tolerate emotional distance. Sometimes it comes from people who fall in love with fantasy faster than reality. Either way, the effect can feel the same. The relationship burns too brightly too early. Then something changes, usually quietly. The good morning texts become less consistent. Replies slow down. The warmth that once felt endless now arrives unpredictably. And without realizing it, you begin working emotionally to get back to the version of them you met in the beginning. That is the part that hooks people, not the affection itself, the withdrawal of it. You start replaying old conversations in your head like security footage from a happier life. You reread messages, revisit voice notes, search for the exact moment the energy shifted. And most people blame themselves first. Maybe I became too available. Maybe I expected too much. Maybe I ruined it by caring. That inner spiral can become brutal because the relationship once felt so emotionally certain. It is hard to reconcile intense affection with sudden distance. Your nervous system keeps trying to solve the contradiction. There is also a quieter reason these experiences leave such a deep mark. Love bombing often awakens parts of people that have been emotionally asleep for years. The hopeful side, the romantic side, the side that still wants to believe someone can arrive and choose you completely. Losing that feeling can feel strangely humiliating, not because another person changed, because you allowed yourself to believe again. And people rarely talk about the embarrassment that follows disappointment. The way someone can sit in their kitchen staring at a silent phone, feeling ridiculous for how quickly they became emotionally invested. Still, there is an important distinction here. Strong feelings are not automatically unhealthy. Excitement is not a crime. Fast attraction is not evil. Some relationships genuinely begin with intensity and grow into something stable. The difference is whether the connection keeps deepening once reality enters the room. Healthy love survives ordinary life. It survives delayed replies, stress, bad moods, human inconsistency. It makes room for two complete people instead of demanding emotional fusion immediately. Love bombing usually depends on momentum. Once the fantasy slows down, the connection struggles to breathe. And maybe the hardest realization is this: some people are deeply in love with the feeling of being emotionally desired, not the responsibility of truly knowing another person. There is a difference. One feels cinematic, the other requires patience. If you have ever experienced this kind of relationship, you probably still remember the beginning with uncomfortable clarity. The late-night calls, the intensity, the strange certainty of someone making you feel irreplaceable before they fully understood who you were. That memory can stay with people for years, not because it was healthy, because for a brief moment it answered a loneliness they never learned how to describe. And that is why letting go feels so complicated. You are not only grieving the person, you are grieving the version of yourself that felt fully wanted beside them. The difficult part is learning that genuine love rarely needs to rush your emotional boundaries to feel meaningful. Real connection usually becomes quieter over time, not louder, more grounded, more honest. There is less performance inside it, less urgency to convince. You stop feeling like you are inside a movie and start feeling like you are inside your life. That can seem less exciting at first, especially after chaos. Still, the safest people are often the ones who allow you to remain yourself while getting closer to them. No pressure to merge. No pressure to become everything overnight, just presence. And for many people, that kind of love feels unfamiliar until it arrives.